Hi, welcome to the channel. Today is the second day, that is end of the 11th chapter, that is your subconscious mind as a partner in success. Let's start using the subconscious mind in business. Some years ago, I gave a lecture to a group of business executives on the power of imagination and the subconscious mind. In the course of the lecture, I described how the great German poet Goethe used his imagination wisely when confronted with difficulties and predicaments. According to Goethe's biographers, he was accustomed to filling many hours quietly holding imaginary conversation. He would imagine one of his friends sitting across from him, answering him in the right way. In other words, if he were concerned over any problems, he imagined his friend giving him the right or appropriate answer, accompanied with his usual gestures and tonal qualities of the voice. He made the entire imaginary scene as real and as vivid as possible. One of the people present at his lecture was a young stockbroker. She proceeded to adopt the technique of Goethe. She began to have imaginary conversation with a multimillionaire investor who knew her and had once congratulated her on her wise and sound judgment in recommending stocks. She dramatized this imaginary conversation until she had psychologically fixed it as a form of belief in her mind. This broker's inner talking and controlled imagination certainly agreed with her aim, which was to make sound investments for her clients. Her main purpose in life was to make money for her clients and to see them prosper financially by her wise counsel. She is still using her subconscious mind in her business, and she is a brilliant success in her field. She was recently interviewed in an article in a major financial magazine. A boy of 16 turns failure into success. 16-year-old told me, I am failing everything. I do not know why. I guess I'm just stupid. Maybe I would better drop out of school before they flunk me out. As we talked further, I discovered that the only thing wrong with Todd was his attitude. He felt indifferent toward his studies and resentful toward some of his teachers and fellow students. Fellow students, I taught him how to use his subconscious mind to succeed in his studies. He began to affirm certain truths several times a day, particularly at night, just prior to sleep, and first thing after awakening. In the morning, as we have seen, these are the best times to impregnate the subconscious mind. He affirmed as follows: I realized that my subconscious mind is a storehouse of memory. It remains everything I read and hear from my teachers. I have a perfect memory at my disposal. If I choose to use it, the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind constantly reveals to me everything I need to know on all my examination, whether written or oral. I radiate love and goodwill to all my teachers and fellow students. I sincerely wish for them success and all good things. Todd is now enjoying a greater freedom than he has ever known. He is now receiving all as he constantly imagines the teachers and his parents congratulating him on his success in his studies. How to become successful in buying and selling. In buying or selling, remember that your conscious mind is the starter and your subconscious mind is the motor. You must start the motor to enable it to perform its work. Your conscious mind awakens the power of your subconscious mind. The first step is conveying your clarified desire, idea, or image to the deeper mind is to relax, immobilize the attention, get still, and be quiet. This quiet, relaxed, and peaceful attitude of mind prevents extraneous matter and false ideas from interfering with your mental absorption of your ideal. Furthermore, in the quiet, passive, and receptive attitude of mind, effort is reduced to a minimum. The second step is to begin to imagine the reality of all of the end you desire. For example, you may wish to buy a home. In your relaxed state of mind, you affirm as follows: the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is all wise. I reveals to me now the ideal home that meets all my requirements and that I can afford. I am now turning this request over to my subconscious mind. I know it responds according to the nature of my request. I release this request with absolute faith and confidence in the same way that a farmer deposits a seed in the ground, trusting implicitly in the laws of growth. Trusting implicitly in the laws of growth. The answer to your prayer may come from an advertisement or in the paper or from a friend, or you may be guided directly to a particular home that is exactly what you are seeking. There are many ways in which your prayer may be answered. The principal knowledge in which you may place your confidence is that the answer always comes, provided you trust the working of your deeper mind. Suppose instead of wanting to buy, you want to sell a home, land, or any kind of property. The same approach of trusting the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind will give you the guidance you seek. When I sold my own home in Los Angeles, I used a technique that many real estate brokers I have spoken to are now using with remarkable and speedy results. I placed a sign on the lawn in front of my home that read, "For sale by owner." That night, as I was going to sleep, I asked myself, suppose you find a buyer for the house, what will you do next? The answer was, I will take down the for sale sign and throw it in the garbage. Against the inner screen of my mind, I projected a detailed scenario. I took hold of the sign, pulled it up from the ground, placed it on my shoulder, and carried it to the trash cans at the back of the house. As I threw it in the garbage, I said, "Thanks for your help, but I don't need you anymore." I went to sleep feeling the deep inner satisfaction of knowing that it was finished. The next day, a man gave me a deposit on the house and said, "You can throw that sign away. You don't need it anymore." I followed his advice. I pulled the sign up and took it to the garbage. The outer action conformed to the inner. There is nothing new about this, as within, so without. In other words, according to the image impressed on your subconscious mind, so it is on the objective screen of your life. The outside mirrors the inside. The external action follows internal action. Here is another effective method used in selling homes and or any kind of property of homes slowly, quietly, and feelingly as follows. Infinite intelligence attracts to me the buyer for this home who wants it and who prospers in it. This buyer is being sent to me by the creative intelligence of my subconscious mind, which makes no mistakes. This buyer may to look at many other homes, but mine is the only one he wants and will buy because he is guided by the infinite intelligence within him. I know the buyer is right, the time is right, and the price is right. Everything about it is right. The deeper currents of my subconscious mind are now in operation, bringing both of us together in divine order. I know that it is so. Remember always that what you are seeking is also seeking you. Whenever you want to sell a home or property of any kind, there is always someone who wants what you have to offer. By using the powers of your subconscious mind correctly, you free your mind of all sense of competition and anxiety in buying and selling. How the she succeeded in getting what she wanted. There is a young woman, Margaret T, who regularly attended my lectures and classes because of where she lived. She had to change buses 3 times to get to the hall. It took her 1.5 hours each way to attend a lecture. In one of my lectures, she heard me explain how a young man who needed a car in his work received one. She went home and experimented with the technique I had outlined in my lecture. She later wrote me a letter telling me how she had applied my methods and what followed. I published it there with her permission. Dear Dr. Murphy, I knew that I had to have a car for my personal growth. There was no other way I could go on attending your lectures regularly. I decided that as long as I was trying to obtain a car, I should try to obtain the car I had always dreamed about, which is a Cadillac. In my imagination, I went through all the steps I would go through if I were actually buying and driving a car. I saw myself going into the showroom and test driving the model I was interested in. I claimed that Cadillac as my own over and over again. I kept the mental picture of getting into the car, driving it, feeling the upholstery, and so on consistently for over 2 weeks. Last week, I drove to your lecture in a Cadillac. My uncle in Inglewood had passed away and left me his Cadillac and his entire estate. A success technique employed by many outstanding executives. Many prominent business executives quietly use the abstract term success over and over many times a day until they reach a conviction that success is theirs. They know that the idea of success contains all the essential elements of success. Likewise, you can begin now to repeat the word success to yourself with faith and conviction. Your subconscious mind will accept it as true of you, and you will be under a subconscious compulsion to succeed. You are compelled to express your subjective beliefs, impressions, and convictions. What does success imply to you? You want undoubtedly to be successful in your home life and in your relationships with others. You wish to be outstanding in your chosen work or profession. You wish to possess, possess a beautiful home and all the money you need to live comfortably and happily. You want to be successful in your prayer life and in your contact with the powers of your subconscious mind. You are a business executive who also because you are in the business of living. Become a successful executive by imagining yourself doing what you long to do and possessing the things you long to possess. Become imaginative, mentally participate in the reality of the successful state. Make a habit of it. Go to sleep feeling successful every night and perfectly satisfied, and you will eventually succeed in implanting the idea of success in your subconscious mind. Believe you were born to succeed, and wonders will happen as you pray. Profitable pointers. Success means successful living. When you are peaceful, happy, joyous, and doing what you love to do, you are successful. Find out what you love to do, then do it. If you don't know your true expression, ask for guidance, and the lead will come. Specialize in your particular field and try to know more about it than anyone else. Those who are successful are not selfish. Their main desire in life is to serve humanity. There is no true success without peace of mind. A successful person possesses great psychological and spiritual understanding. If you imagine an objective clearly, you will be provided with the necessities through the wonder working power of your subconscious mind. Your thought fused with feeling becomes a subjective belief, and according to your belief, is it done unto you. The power of sustained imagination draws forth the miracle working powers of your subconscious mind. If you are seeking promotion in your work, imagine your employer, supervisor, or loved one congratulating you on your promotion. Make the picture vivid and real. Hear the voice, see the gestures, and feel the reality of it all. Continue to do this frequently, and through frequent occupancy of your mind, you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. Your subconscious mind is a storehouse of memory. For a perfect memory, affirm frequently, the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me everything I need to know at all times everywhere. If you wish to sell a home or property of any kind, affirm slowly, quietly, and feelingly as follows: Infinite intelligence attracts to me the buyer for this house or property who wants it and who prospers in it. Sustain this awareness, and the deeper currents of your subconscious mind will bring it to pass. The idea of success contains all the elements of success. Repeat the word success to yourself frequently with faith and conviction, and you will be under subconscious compulsion to succeed. Okay, and today is the end of the 11th chapter. We will start the 12th chapter in the next session. The 12th chapter is how scientists use the subconscious mind. Okay, and if you are new on the channel, subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that you will get notification about new video upload. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.